This is Sarah Junick with Drilling Contractor. Today I'm at the 2019 IADC Onshore Conference in Houston. I'm with Liz Craddock. She is the IADC Vice President of Policy and Government Affairs. Liz, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
What are your thoughts on the Green New Deal?
The Green New Deal is a proposal that's been put forward by a representative from New York, and it's very aspirational in nature. But unfortunately, while they may be goals that individuals want to achieve in the long run, it's just not based in reality, and it's not practical at the end of the day. So trying to reduce or eliminate fossil carbon emissions by 2025 is just not attainable in the current U.S. energy infrastructure in our markets, etc. About 90% of the U.S. transportation fleet revolves and uses petroleum products still. And to eliminate all of that would shift all of U.S. transportation fleet to electric vehicles. I recently read a study on what, three neighbors on the same block, what would happen if all of them decided to shift to electric vehicles and the grid hadn't been upgraded. And one car would be fine, the block would still be okay. The second one, there would be a little strain on the energy infrastructure in that area. And the third electric vehicle to be plugged in with nothing being upgraded, it would blow the breaker, or it would blow the voltage. So I think the goals are aspirational. They're not rooted in anything that's actually practical. And if we want to have a serious discussion about moving to alternative energy, we cannot not talk about energy infrastructure and what it would take to actually do that. In addition, most consumers, when they think about energy, they want it to be affordable and they want it to be reliable. We have that market right now in the U.S. I mean, gas isn't very expensive right now compared to a few years ago. And to shift to some of the new energy infrastructure that would be needed to really support renewables, it would really increase energy prices. And at the end of the day, consumers just want affordable and reliable energy.
Can you talk about some of the key provisions of the USMCA and how it will protect the energy industry?
Oh, absolutely. This is a great one for IADC and our members. NAFTA has really done a great job of having a great energy market between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. If you look at the stats, the energy imports and exports between the three countries grew exponentially over the past decade. So to continue to build off that success with the new NAFTA, which is called USMCA, we needed a couple of provisions to remain in that treaty to move forward and get our members' support. So the first is that there's zero tariffs. There's currently zero tariffs on petroleum products and natural gas going between the three countries. So that's maintained. That's probably the biggest linchpin for support of the deal. But in addition, our member companies wanted to see that their investment protections when they're investing, especially in Mexico, that they're going to be protected if business goes awry. So those the dispute resolution was included in the treaty for the energy sector, and that's really important for the upstream oil and gas and energy sector.
Can you tell us about the IADC DRILLERSPAC and how people can get involved?
IADC has had a political action committee for a long time, probably since the early 80s. But unfortunately, in the early 2000s, it kind of declined. And in fact, IADC had terminated its SPAC back in 2013, 2014. But the executive committee decided to bring it back to life in the summer of 2017. A lot of members, when we have done our Washington, D.C. fly-ins, had come to town, had seen PACs in action that other trade associations were doing, and understood that it was a great tool to have in the advocacy toolbox. So we resurrected the PAC in 2017. We had our first election cycle in 2018. It was a great success. We supported 14 candidates, and we had a 93% success rate. So a lot of the candidates that we supported were all elected or re-elected, and we're going to build off that success. So we're getting ready for our 2020 elections, and for anybody who wants to participate in the PAC, all you have to do is be a member company of IADC, and if you are, we need to get a prior approval form signed by that company. And once we have that showing interest in the PAC and wanting to participate, we work with the companies to to then work with their employees on getting contributions to the IADC DRILLERSPAC. And it's, again, just another advocacy tool in the toolbox to help us connect with our legislators who are there voting and working on issues important for our industry.
Thanks again, Liz, for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching drillingcontractor.org.